you ever wondered why certain men seem to effortlessly captivate the attention of any woman they encounter? It's not their looks, wealth, or social status that makes the difference. It's the way they communicate. High-value men possess a unique advantage, and it's not what you might initially suspect. Their words leave an indelible mark, making women think about them long after they've parted ways. In the next few minutes, I'll break down exactly how you can communicate with a woman in a way that ensures she remembers you and feels drawn to you, even when you're not around. Pay close attention. This could revolutionize the way you approach your interactions with women. The power of first impressions, setting the stage for lasting attraction. First impressions are the foundation upon which high-value men build intrigue and lasting attraction. Many men, however, approach this entirely the wrong way. They focus on superficial methods to impress a woman right away, whether it's through their appearance, flashy stories, or over-the-top charm. High-value men, on the other hand, understand that the goal of a first conversation isn't about securing her approval. Instead, it's about leaving a subtle, unforgettable impression. The true secret lies in how a high-value man makes a woman feel during that first encounter. Women tend to be more emotionally perceptive than men, picking up on nonverbal cues, body language, vocal tone, and the energy you exude. For this reason, how you carry yourself, even before uttering a word, significantly impacts whether she'll find herself replaying the interaction in her mind later. The unspoken language of confidence. Confidence isn't something you can pretend to have. It stems from a genuine sense of self-worth and understanding your value. High-value men enter every interaction with a strong awareness of the energy they bring. Their posture is upright, their gestures are deliberate, and their tone of voice is calm and assured. When they speak, their words are purposeful, free of unnecessary filler or haste. This deliberate pace compels attention, as it subconsciously signals control and poise. Confidence in speech isn't about being loud or assertive, it's about conveying purpose with each word. Women are instinctively drawn to men who don't feel the need to prove themselves in every sentence. Silence is another overlooked yet powerful tool. High-value men know how to leverage pauses in conversation, giving the woman time to process and reflect on what's being said. These moments of quiet create a sense of intrigue, making her eager to keep the conversation going. Rather than coming across as uncomfortable or forced, this measured use of silence demonstrates composure and emotional maturity. Emotional control is irresistible. Women are naturally wired to seek stability and security in a partner, which is why emotional resilience is such an attractive trait. High-value men exhibit emotional steadiness by managing their reactions, even in moments of light teasing or subtle challenges. Instead of getting defensive or flustered, they laugh it off or turn it into playful banter, showing that they're unshakable. This ability to remain composed under pressure signals strength and reliability, qualities women deeply value, often on a subconscious level. In every conversation, high-value men seize opportunities to demonstrate their emotional maturity. Their calm, measured demeanor sets them apart from others who might seem eager to impress or quick to react. By staying emotionally grounded, you'll come across as someone who exudes confidence, calmness, and control, qualities that are impossible to ignore. The power of mystery. Intrigue as a high-value strategy. Mystery is one of the most potent tools a high-value man can use to capture and hold a woman's attention. Too often, men fall into the trap of oversharing in the hopes of building connection. They flood the conversation with personal stories, achievements, or opinions, leaving nothing to be discovered later. High-value men, however, understand the magnetic pull of the unknown. Less is more. Building curiosity. When a high-value man speaks, his words are intentional and measured. He shares just enough to pique curiosity without revealing everything about himself. For instance, when asked about his passions, he might respond with a brief, intriguing statement like, "I've been working on a project that's been keeping me up late, but it's something I'm really passionate about." This response invites her to dig deeper, igniting her curiosity and keeping the conversation alive. High-value men also avoid oversharing about their past relationships, personal struggles, or even their plans for the future. While openness is crucial in building deeper connections, mystery in the initial stages creates an irresistible sense of intrigue. A woman is more likely to remain interested when there are layers to uncover over time. Controlled vulnerability. Mystery doesn't mean being emotionally unavailable. High-value men strike a balance by being selectively vulnerable. They might share a meaningful story or insight, but leave room for interpretation. For example, mentioning a life lesson learned during a challenging period in their life can offer a glimpse of their depth without overloading the conversation. This selective vulnerability not only deepens intrigue, but also signals emotional intelligence, a trait that women find highly attractive. When a man knows when to open up and when to hold back, he conveys that he values his emotional energy and shares it selectively. Nonverbal mystery. The language of body and eyes. Mystery isn't just in what you say, it's in how you carry yourself. High-value men use nonverbal cues to build intrigue. Their body language is relaxed yet confident, with subtle gestures that convey thoughtfulness. One of the most powerful nonverbal tools is eye contact. Prolonged but soft eye contact creates an unspoken connection, as if there's something significant yet unspoken between you and her. An enigmatic smile, one that hints at amusement or a private thought, can also leave a lasting impression. This kind of nonverbal communication suggests depth and complexity, traits that naturally draw others in. By combining verbal restraint with purposeful body language, you can create an aura of mystery that keeps her thinking about you long after the interaction ends. Emotional stability, the anchor of high-value masculinity. Emotional stability is the hallmark of a high-value man. In a world rife with distractions, insecurities, and emotional chaos, a man who can maintain his composure stands out as a rock in turbulent waters. Women instinctively respect and are drawn to men who exhibit control over their emotions, as it signals strength, maturity, and dependability. Mastering the art of response over reaction. High-value men understand that emotional stability isn't about suppressing feelings, but mastering the art of responding thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. When faced with challenges, whether in personal life or relationships, they remain calm and deliberate. For example, during a disagreement, rather than raising their voice or resorting to passive-aggressive behavior, they take a moment to process their thoughts. This composure not only diffuses tension, but also earns respect, as it shows they value rationality over chaos. In situations where a woman tests boundaries, intentionally or unintentionally, a high-value man doesn't crumble under pressure. If she makes a critical remark or challenges him, he doesn't take it personally. Instead, he might respond with humor or a measured acknowledgement that redirects the energy of the interaction. His ability to stay centered signals that he's secure in himself, unshaken by external judgments. The power of inner discipline. Emotional stability is deeply tied to inner discipline. High-value men cultivate habits that nurture their emotional health, such as journaling, meditating, or engaging in Stoic practices like reflecting on what's within their control. By doing so, they build resilience to external stressors. For instance, if a romantic interest cancels plans unexpectedly, a man grounded in emotional stability doesn't spiral into self-doubt or anger. Instead, he evaluates the situation objectively, understands her perspective, and adjusts his plans with grace. His ability to remain unshaken demonstrates that he is in control of his narrative, not a victim of circumstances. A safe emotional space. Women naturally gravitate toward men who provide a sense of emotional safety. A high-value man's stability creates a space where she feels comfortable being herself without fear of judgment or volatility. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything she says or does. It means navigating disagreements and emotions with empathy and maturity. Being emotionally stable also means knowing when to draw boundaries. High-value men don't tolerate disrespect or manipulation, but address such behaviors calmly and assertively. This balance between compassion and firmness solidifies their position as emotionally safe yet strong individuals. Cultivating presence and patience. Lastly, emotional stability manifests in a man's ability to be present. High-value men are not perpetually distracted by their phones, work, or fleeting anxieties. When they're with someone, they listen intently, making the other person feel valued. This quality, coupled with patience in handling misunderstandings or slow-developing relationships, creates a profound sense of trust and admiration. When a woman interacts with a man who exudes emotional stability, she instinctively recognizes his strength. He becomes someone she can rely on in times of uncertainty, a figure of calm amidst life's chaos. The aura of confidence. Owning your presence without words. Confidence is the silent yet commanding force that distinguishes high-value men from the crowd. It's not about arrogance or flaunting. It's the quiet assurance of knowing your worth, embracing your flaws, and navigating life with an unshakable belief in yourself. Confidence, when authentic, is magnetic. It draws people in without the need for elaborate gestures or words. Self-acceptance, the root of true confidence. High-value men don't base their confidence on external validation. They understand that genuine self-worth arises from within, cultivated through self-acceptance and personal growth. This means embracing both strengths and weaknesses, striving to improve where necessary, and taking pride in progress. For instance, a confident man doesn't apologize for his quirks or hide his vulnerabilities. Instead, he owns them with pride, which makes him relatable and human. This authenticity is incredibly attractive because it signals emotional maturity and security. Women respect a man who is comfortable in his skin, someone who doesn't need to prove himself because he already knows his value. Body language. Speaking without words. Confidence radiates through body language. A high-value man walks tall, maintains eye contact, and projects openness through his posture. These subtle cues convey self-assurance and respect for those around him. Imagine a man entering a room with a relaxed yet purposeful stride, his gaze steady and his demeanor calm. Without saying a word, he commands attention. Women pick up on this energy instantly. It's a testament to his inner confidence. Conversely, fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or slouching communicates insecurity. High-value men understand the power of presence and ensure their body language aligns with their self-perception. Facing rejection with grace confidence is tested in moments of rejection, and how a man handles it reveals his true character. A high-value man doesn't crumble when faced with disinterest or criticism. Instead, he views rejection as an opportunity for growth or a sign that the situation wasn't aligned with his values. For example, if a woman declines his invitation for a date, he doesn't take it personally or lash out. Instead, he accepts her decision gracefully and moves on without bitterness. This response not only demonstrates emotional maturity, but also leaves a lasting impression of respect and strength. Taking calculated risks. Confidence also involves the courage to step out of your comfort zone. High-value men aren't afraid to take risks, whether it's pursuing a passion, initiating meaningful conversations, or expressing their feelings. Their willingness to embrace vulnerability shows a deep trust in themselves, inspiring admiration and respect. A confident man understands that failure is a part of growth. When he shares his ambitions or takes a stand for something he believes in, even in the face of uncertainty, he exudes an aura of authenticity that captivates others. Balancing humility and pride. Lastly, confidence doesn't mean overshadowing others or constantly seeking attention. High-value men strike a balance between humility and pride. They celebrate their achievements without boasting and acknowledge others' strengths without feeling threatened. This balance creates an environment of mutual respect. Women respect men who are confident yet humble, those who can inspire without intimidating, uplift without diminishing others. True confidence isn't loud or overwhelming, it's steady, inviting, and deeply reassuring. When a man embodies this quality, he becomes a beacon of strength, inspiring admiration from all who cross his path. The power of boundaries, respecting yourself and others. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define how you expect to be treated and how you treat others. They're a fundamental aspect of self-respect and personal integrity. High-value men understand that setting and maintaining boundaries is not just about protecting their well-being, but also about fostering healthy relationships built on mutual respect. Defining your non-negotiables. High-value men know their values, priorities, and limits. They recognize what they're willing to tolerate and what they're not, creating a clear set of non-negotiables that guide their interactions. These boundaries are not arbitrary. They are reflections of self-awareness and self-respect. For instance, if a man values honesty, he won't entertain deceit in any form. He communicates his expectations early, ensuring there's no ambiguity about where he stands. This clarity is attractive to women, as it signals a man who knows himself and respects his principles, communicating boundaries with strength and grace. Setting boundaries isn't about confrontation or aggression. It's about assertiveness, a calm, confident expression of your needs and expectations. High-value men communicate their boundaries with clarity and respect, avoiding emotional outbursts or passive-aggressive behavior. For example, if a woman repeatedly cancels plans at the last minute, a high-value man might say, "I value my time, and it's important to me that plans are respected. If something comes up, I'd appreciate more notice." This approach is firm, but considerate, showing respect for both parties. Enforcing boundaries without compromise. Boundaries are meaningless if they aren't upheld. High-value men understand the importance of enforcing their limits, even if it means walking away from situations or relationships that don't align with their standards. This doesn't mean being rigid or unforgiving. It's about recognizing when compromises cross into self-betrayal. Women respect men who can stand firm in their convictions without hostility. It demonstrates strength of character and an unwavering commitment to self-respect. Respecting the boundaries of others. While maintaining their own boundaries, high-value men also respect the boundaries of others. They recognize that everyone has their own set of values and limits, and they don't push or manipulate to get their way. For instance, if a woman expresses discomfort with a particular topic of conversation, a high-value man listens and adjusts accordingly. This respect fosters trust and emotional safety, key components of any meaningful connection. The ripple effect of healthy boundaries. When high-value men set and respect boundaries, they create a ripple effect in their relationships. Boundaries inspire mutual respect, encourage open communication, and establish a foundation of trust. Women appreciate men who can navigate these dynamics with maturity and grace, as it signals emotional intelligence and a deep respect for others. Ultimately, boundaries are about creating space for respect, growth, and connection. By mastering this art, high-value men elevate their relationships and command the respect they deserve. Cultivating emotional control. Mastery over yourself. Emotional control is a cornerstone of a high-value man's character. It is the ability to maintain composure, clarity, and decisiveness, even in emotionally charged situations. While it might seem like a daunting task, mastering your emotions is both a discipline and an art, one that transforms your life and enhances your relationships. The perils of emotional reactivity. A man ruled by his emotions is like a ship adrift in a storm, vulnerable to every wave and gust of wind. Emotional reactivity leads to impulsive decisions, conflicts, and a loss of respect from others, especially women. High-value men understand that reacting impulsively undermines their ability to lead themselves and those around them effectively. When a man exhibits emotional control, he shows strength and reliability. For instance, if faced with criticism, a high-value man doesn't lash out defensively. Instead, he pauses, evaluates the situation, and responds with measured intent, preserving his dignity and earning respect. The Stoic approach to emotional mastery. Drawing from Stoic philosophy, emotional control begins with understanding what lies within your power and what does not. High-value men focus on their responses, attitudes, and actions, rather than external circumstances. This shift in perspective is liberating. It reduces frustration and anxiety, replacing them with calm and resilience. For example, if a romantic interest cancels plans, a reactive man might sulk or express anger. A high-value man, however, recognizes that the cancellation is beyond his control. Instead, he chooses to respond graciously and redirect his energy towards something productive, demonstrating maturity and self-assurance. Practical techniques for emotional regulation. 1. Pause and reflect. In moments of emotional intensity, take a deep breath and pause before reacting. This simple act can prevent impulsive behavior and allow time for thoughtful responses. 2. Reframe the situation. Shift your perspective by focusing on the bigger picture or seeking a positive takeaway. This mental reframing reduces emotional charge and promotes clarity. 3. Practice mindfulness. Cultivate present moment awareness through mindfulness exercises, helping you detach from emotional triggers and respond from a place of calm. 4. Channel emotions productively. Use intense emotions as fuel for constructive actions, such as physical exercise, creative pursuits, or problem solving. Why emotional control attracts respect. Women respect men who are emotionally steady, as it signals maturity, self-discipline, and strength. Emotional control fosters an environment of safety and stability, qualities that are highly attractive and essential for deep, meaningful connections. Furthermore, a man with emotional control is better equipped to handle challenges and conflicts in a relationship. He can listen without defensiveness, express his needs without aggression, and navigate disagreements with poise, ensuring a healthy and respectful dynamic. Emotional mastery as a lifelong journey. Mastering your emotions is not a one-time achievement, it's a lifelong practice. High-value men embrace this journey, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. They invest in self-awareness, self-discipline, and self-improvement, becoming leaders of their inner world, and, by extension, their outer reality. By cultivating emotional control, you embody the essence of a high-value man, a leader, protector, and provider who commands respect not through force, but through unwavering self-mastery. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.